Hello there, welcome back to Disney Princess Storytime, and today on Storytime we shall be reading Tangled.
Tangled. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful golden flower with magical healing powers. Only a vain and selfish woman named Mother Gothel knew where it grew. For centuries she'd used the flower to preserve her youth. When the queen of the nearby kingdom fell gravely ill, the whole kingdom searched for the magical flower to help cure her. A palace guard found it and brought it to the queen at once. After drinking a potion made from the flower, she was magically cured. Soon the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. To celebrate, the king and queen launched a lantern into the sky. Once she no longer had the magical flower, Mother Gothel aged into an old woman. Furious, she snuck into the castle's nursery. She saw that the baby's golden hair glowed and would make her young again. Mother Gothel scooped up the baby and vanished into the night. She knew that she could only stay young if she kept the child with her. Mother Gothel fled with the child, Rapunzel, locked her in a secret tower deep within the forest. Though everyone searched for the young princess, they could not find her. The king and queen were heartbroken. Each year on their daughter's birthday, they released lanterns into the night sky. They hoped that the light would guide the princess home. Many years passed. Mother Gothel raised Rapunzel as her own daughter. Although she was not allowed out of the tower, Rapunzel grew up to be a bright and spirited girl, and her golden locks grew very long. So long, in fact, that Mother Gothel would call to her to be pulled up the tower from outside. "Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Rapunzel spent her days painting, knitting, playing the guitar, and doing her chores. Her only friend was a comedian named Pascal. But she was happy. She longed for just one thing. On the day before her 18th birthday, she decided to take a chance and ask for it. "I want to see the floating lights." Rapunzel pointed to her painting of the lights. "They appear every year on my birthday, Mother, and I can't help but feel like they're meant for me." Mother Gothel was astonished. "You want to go outside?" She told Rapunzel that the outside world was far too scary a place for a weak and helpless girl like her. "Don't you ever ask to leave this tower again." Meanwhile, in another part of the forest, a thief named Flynn Rider was on the run. He had just stolen something valuable with the help of the Stabbing Bottom brothers. Flynn clutched the satchel tightly as he came to stop in front of the wanted poster of himself. He thought he looked far more handsome in real life. The palace guards were chasing them. Retrieve the satchel at any cost. As soon as he could, Flynn ditched the Stabbing Bottom brothers. They were too dangerous to be trusted. Flynn dodged boulders and leaped among trees, losing all the guards. But a palace horse named Maximus came chasing him. They went all the way to the edge of the cliff onto a tree branch. The tree broke, and Flynn and Maximus tumbled into the canyon below. When they landed, Flynn took off and soon discovered a cave and ducked inside to hide. He went to another entrance of the cave and spotted an enormous tower in the center of a hidden valley. He thought it would make a perfect hiding place. Using 2 arrows, Flynn scaled the tower and climbed into the open window at the top. Inside, Rapunzel was startled by the sight of a stranger. She hit Flynn on the head with a frying pan. Flynn was out cold. Rapunzel dragged him to a cupboard and locked him inside. She had just defended herself from an outsider. Surely this act of bravery would prove Mother Gothel that she was strong enough to handle herself in the outside world. "Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Mother Gothel was on the ground below, having just returned to the tower. Rapunzel decided to ask Mother Gothel if she could see the floating light. She was about to show the stranger in the cupboard, but Mother Gothel cut her off. "But if you just—" "Rapunzel, we're done!" "Oh, come on! Enough with the lights, Rapunzel! You're not leaving this tower, ever!" Rapunzel was shocked. She decided to convince her Mother Gothel to leave on a short journey. Once Mother Gothel was gone, Rapunzel dragged Flynn out of the cupboard and offered him a deal. "Tomorrow evening they will light the night sky with these lanterns. You will act as my guide and take me to the lanterns, and return me home safely. Then, only then, will I return the satchel to you." Flynn had no choice. "Fine, I'll take you to see the lanterns." As much as Rapunzel longed to leave the tower, now that the time had come, she was terrified. But when she glanced back at her paintings of the floating light, Rapunzel overcame her fear. With Pascal on her shoulder, she slid down her 70 feet of hair, stopping just inches above the ground. Slowly, Rapunzel touched one foot to the soft grass. "I can't believe I did this! I can't believe I did this!" Rapunzel was having the time of her life, but she also felt like a terrible daughter for lying. Flynn tried to make her feel even worse, but Rapunzel knew what she wanted. "I'm seeing those lanterns!" Not far from the tower, Mother Gothel came face to face with Maximus. She saw the kingdom's sun symbol on his chest. "A palace horse!" She suddenly realized that the palace guards might have come for Rapunzel. She turned and raced back to the tower. "Rapunzel, let down your hair!" but there was no answer. Mother Gothel went in the hidden door and searched every room. Rapunzel was gone. Then she found the crown Flynn had stolen and the wanted poster. She set off to find Rapunzel. Meanwhile, Flynn took Rapunzel to a tavern filled with thugs, so she'd want to return to the tower. Rapunzel was terrified. Flynn was pleased. "You don't look so good, Blondie. Maybe we should get you home and call it a day." Then someone held up his wanted poster. The pub thugs all wanted the reward money, and that meant catching Flynn. Rapunzel asked everyone for attention. "Put him down. I don't know where I am, and I need to take him to see the lanterns because I've been dreaming about it my entire life. Haven't any of you ever had a dream?" To Rapunzel's surprise, every one of the thugs did have a secret dream. They let Flynn go. Suddenly, Maximus and the royal guards burst into the pub looking for Flynn. They had brought along the Stabbington brothers, who were now their prisoners. "Where's Ryder?" One of the thugs showed Flynn and Rapunzel a secret passageway so they could escape. "Go live your dream." Moments later, Maximus discovered where they'd gone. Then the Stabbington brothers broke free and headed down the passageway themselves. They wanted the crown back from Flynn. Rapunzel used her hair to lasso a rock and swing over a ledge. She tossed her hair to Flynn, and he swung towards her. Suddenly, a dam burst, and the water began to fill the cavern Rapunzel and Flynn were in. Maximus, the guards, and the Stabbington brothers were washed away. Flynn and Rapunzel were trapped. Flynn searched for a way out. "I can't see anything. It's pitch black down here." Rapunzel was upset. "It's all my fault. I'm so sorry, Flynn." "Eugene. My real name is Eugene Fitzbert. Someone might as well know." Since they were telling secrets, Rapunzel revealed one of her own. "I have magic hair that glows when I sing." She realized that her hair could save them and began to sing. They dove underwater, and Flynn spotted an escape route. Meanwhile, Mother Gothel found her way to the tavern and watched Rapunzel and Flynn escape. Then she met the Stabbington brothers and offered to help them get revenge on Flynn. With their help, Mother Gothel would trick Rapunzel into coming back to the tower. By that time, Rapunzel, Flynn, and Pascal had made it safely to shore and built a campfire. Flynn had injured his hand, so Rapunzel wrapped her hair around it and began to sing. Her glowing hair healed his wound. Rapunzel explained that her hair had magic powers that others wanted. "It has to be protected. That's why my mother never let me—" "You never left that tower?" Rapunzel nodded, then changed the subject. "For the record, I like Eugene Fitzbert much better than Flynn Rider." When Flynn went to gather firewood, Mother Gothel appeared from the shadows. "We're going home, Rapunzel, now!" But Rapunzel refused. "You don't understand. I've been on this incredible journey, and I've seen and learned so much. I even met someone. I think he likes me." Mother Gothel told her to give the crown to Flynn, and then she left. She was sure he would leave Rapunzel once he had it. Rapunzel wanted to trust Flynn, but she was afraid Mother Gothel might be right. She quickly hid the crown. The next morning, Maximus tried to drag Flynn away. Rapunzel stopped the horse. "Today is kind of the biggest day of my life. I need you not to get him arrested, just for 24 hours, and then you can chase each other to your heart's content, okay?" Maximus and Flynn shook on it. The bell rang in the distance. Rapunzel followed the sound, and soon the entire kingdom came into view. Her dream was just hours away from coming true. Flynn, Maximus, and Pascal followed her through the gates of the kingdom. The hustle and bustle of the town was the most exciting thing Rapunzel had ever experienced. A little boy gave Rapunzel a kingdom flag with the sun symbol on it. The group of little birds braided Rapunzel's locks and pinned them up with flowers. As Rapunzel continued to walk through the town, she saw a mosaic of the king and queen holding their baby girl. The princess had striking green eyes, just like Rapunzel. Rapunzel and Flynn danced together, visited shops, and enjoyed the sights. As evening approached, they rode to a spot with a perfect view of the kingdom. Rapunzel began to worry. If her dream finally came true, then what would happen? Flynn knew what to say. "Well, that's the good part, I guess. You get to find a new dream." As lanterns filled the sky, Flynn handed Rapunzel her own lantern to send along. In return, Rapunzel gave Flynn the crown. She was no longer afraid that he would leave her. Beneath the glow of the lantern, Rapunzel and Flynn held their hands and gazed into each other's eyes. A moment later, Flynn spotted the Stabbington brothers nearby. He turned the boat towards shore. "I'm sorry. There's just something I have to take care of. I'll be right back." He grabbed the satchel and strode off. Flynn gave the brothers the crown. He'd realized that Rapunzel was more important to him, but they wanted Rapunzel and her magic hair instead. The brothers knocked Flynn out and sent him into the harbor tied to the helm of a boat. The Stabbington brothers told Rapunzel that Flynn had traded her magic hair for the crown. "No, he wouldn't!" Rapunzel saw Flynn in the boat. It looked like he was sailing away. Rapunzel ran off into the forest. The Stabbington brothers chased her. Rapunzel heard a scuffle and found Mother Gothel standing over the unconscious Stabbingtons. Rapunzel hugged her. "You were right, Mother." "I know, darling, I know." Mother Gothel led Rapunzel back to the tower. Flynn's boat continued to sail until it crashed into the kingdom's docks. The two guards found him and the stolen crown and dragged him off to prison. Maximus was nearby. He knew he had to do something. Inside the prison, Flynn spotted the stabbing brothers in a nearby cell. The brothers admitted that Mother Gothel had told them about Rapunzel's hair and had tricked them so she could get Rapunzel back. Suddenly, the thugs from the tavern arrived and broke Flynn out of jail. Maximus had planned the entire escape. Flynn thanked him and they went to rescue Rapunzel. Back at the tower, Rapunzel was heartbroken. She held her souvenir kingdom flag in her hand. As she looked at the sun on the flag and gazed at her paintings, she realized she had been painting the symbol her entire life. She suddenly knew the truth. I am the lost princess, aren't I? Mother Gothel tried to speak, but Rapunzel wouldn't listen. You were wrong about the whole world. I will never let you use my hair again. But Mother Gothel wasn't going to let her go. Flynn soon arrived at the tower. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. The window opened and Rapunzel's golden locks flew to the ground. Flynn began to climb. When Flynn reached the top, he found Rapunzel chained up. He went to help her, but Mother Gothel wounded him. Rapunzel promised she would stay with Mother Gothel forever if she could heal Flynn. Mother Gothel agreed, but she chained Flynn to the wall. Rapunzel rushed to him and placed her hair over his wound. No, Rapunzel, I can't let you do this. Flynn mattered more to Rapunzel than anything. I can't let you die. It's going to be all right. Flynn suddenly reached for a shard of broken glass and cut her hair. It instantly turned brown and lost its magic healing powers. Mother Gothel looked in a broken mirror and saw what she had become, a withered old woman. What have you done? Within moments she turned to dust. Rapunzel looked at Flynn. Don't go. Stay with me, Eugene. He touched her cheek. You were my new dream. He closed his eyes, and Rapunzel began to weep. Flynn was gone. A single golden tear fell upon his cheek. Then the tear and Flynn's entire body began to glow. Flynn was healed. Rapunzel? The two shared their first kiss. Flynn, Maximus, Pascal, and Rapunzel headed straight to the palace. The king and queen were thrilled to see their long-lost daughter. Soon all the townspeople and Rapunzel's new friend gathered for a grand celebration. Once again, everyone released floating lanterns into the sky. Their light had guided their princess home at last. The end.
Nice. So that was the story of Tangled. If you like this film, be sure to check out the animated Disney film. In fact, it's one of Disney's 3D films, which is very exciting to watch. And until then, we'll see you again on Storytime. Bye-bye.
Lantern 灯笼 Golden flower 金色的花 Castle 城堡 Hair 头发 Day 白天 Night 夜晚 Tower 塔楼
Nice. So that was the story of Tangled. If you like this film, be sure to watch the animated Disney film. And it's one of... Sorry.